All right, what's good, everybody? Okay, cool. So everything moving forward is alleged, and the reason I wanted to do this video is because so many people compare themselves so much to online personalities or people on Instagram or whatever they see them on TV or this or that, and they're wondering why they can't have this body or that. Never do that. The battle is with you. And if if you're really putting in the effort, if you're eating the right things, putting the right nutrients in your body, abs are made in the kitchen. Anybody will tell you that. So, the battle is, 80% of it is diet, 20% of it is exercise. And a lot of people don't want to even do that 20%. Most people don't want to do any of it. Okay, so they're always looking for some sort of quick fix or easy way to do it, and a lot of people do things, crazy things, in unhealthy ways. Work out excessively. Kill themselves working out, starve themselves. God only knows, binge and purge. Do some kind of illegal things that they shouldn't be doing. Overload on stimulants or some sort of crazy diet fad or whatever. But anyways, I'm trying to tell you this is I appreciate this Instagram model that came forward, especially with her story and telling what she did to maintain this thin figure that she has. But honestly, she looks like a kind of a smaller framed girl, and with just my opinion is just with, and she's 25, so your metabolism is off the Richter 25. You know what I mean? So I think, with just some, a good exercise regime and just, being, real, kind of, stern on your diet, I think she could have maintained the same things. But, everybody chooses their own path in life, and, this is just my opinion and whatever. But I do appreciate her honesty. But this is also another thing I wanted to show people is you never know what somebody's doing, and you never know what they're up to get this, body that they have. You know what I mean? They could be working out for 5 hours a day. You don't know. You have no clue what they're doing. You know what I mean? Or especially guys, you don't have no clue what they're doing, how much money they're spending on, certain, supplements or whatever. Wink, wink. So anyways, let's watch this video from Ruby Tuesday Matthews, Instagram model. She's got almost 200,000 followers on Instagram. Let's hear what she has to say.
Okay, I get asked this a lot, and I think I'll clear this up because I was tiny before having kids. My mum has always was like, until she had children, tiny, like no boobs, nothing, and all my aunties still to this day, even after having children, are all. The reason I was so small before having kids, two reasons. Number one, I did a lot of cocaine, like a lot. So basically I just smoked cigarettes, had long blacks and did coke, and then in between had tapas. Like my life was tapas and cocaine. Oh, that sounds so nice. What the am I doing now, man? A lot of people never really understood like how I could eat and still be so thin, but I guess it's pretty easy to hide an addiction. Like people don't really realize how easy it is to hide something, like whether it's an addiction, depression, anxiety, like. But yeah, that's probably why I was that thin. It's pretty easy to hide those little things. So that was probably the main reason for all my weight loss and why I was so thin. I ate lots. I didn't drink. I really have never been a big drinker. Gotta be careful what I'm saying here, but the influencer, now it's influencer, but before it was modeling. So modeling industry and now influence industry, everyone loves the baggies. Like, come on, who doesn't fucking love a baggie? But well, I didn't really know I was pregnant. I was with a friend who I won't name on here because then everyone will know you do coke. But we were out at a party and we were partying, and I was feeling really sick, so I was like, I gotta go home. So I discussed it. It's literally the next question. And I was at a party. I was like, I'm really not feeling well. I gotta go home. Anyway, for like I had the worst hangover the next day. Like, and I didn't really ever get hangovers, but this was like killing me. And I was like, what the f? Anyway, and I didn't think I was pregnant because I was like, I'm really thin. I'm partying a lot. Like, no one really thought I would be able to fall pregnant. And I was like, I didn't think I'd be able to fall pregnant. Anyway, and then literally 3 days later I did another pregnancy test and I was pregnant. Obviously, like, the first thing I was really worried about was like, holy shit, I had a big night, I partied and I'm pregnant. Like, is my baby gonna be okay? But the doctor reassured me and my obstetrician reassured me that a lot of people do that, and it's obviously, like, I was pretty worried. I was like, holy shit, I've had a huge night and I partied and I'm pregnant. Like, is my baby gonna be okay? Like, should I be going ahead with this? Like, what's the deal? Anyway, and both the doctor and obstetrician reassured me that everything was fine, and this was probably the most commonly asked question at the beginning of pregnancy because pretty much everyone does it.
All right, so there you have it. That's what she said. So, the one thing that she's not saying is, if you're sitting there smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, and doing, cocaine, for instance, if you notice, all of those drugs have INE at the end of it. And what that represents is they're all stimulants. And what she's not talking about is, was she sleeping at all? Was her hands shaking out of control? Was her heart constantly feeling like it was about to explode? Was she short of breath walking up the stairs? You know what I mean? Like, all of that other stuff nobody's talking about. And by the way, so she's 25, so who knows, man? A lot of people, they're 25 years old, they're bulletproof, and that's one thing. But the other thing is there's a lot of long-term side effects to doing things that, you're doing now that could totally, come up and bite you in the ass. In 5-10 years, she could have, oh, we got to tell you, you've worn out, you might be 30, but you've got the heart of a, 60-year-old woman or whatever. You know what I mean? So, anyways, there's a zillion ways to go about getting the body you want if you're just serious about it. I mean, if you think about just like a legitimate, like, let's just say, for example, like a kickboxing class, like a cardio kickboxing class, where you're actually like hitting, like a real bag, and in between, your combinations, you're doing burpees and or you're doing a combination, for 60 seconds, and then you're doing, burpees, or you're doing, stair climbers or whatever, and then it's back to the bag for 60 seconds. You're doing one of those, man. You're burning like 1,200 calories an hour. So, and then you have your smoothies, and you eat your lean protein with some green veg and everything like that. I mean, you're pretty, you're gonna shred out pretty quick. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, don't get believed into the hype, and don't, maybe a lot of people do it, but who gives a shit about those people? You want to care about you and where you are, and where are you going to look like? And by the way, she rubbed her nose like, I counted like 3 or 4 times, where she was like, and it's just like her nose might be dripping, and that might never stop. You know what I mean? So these are all side effects of things that could happen. So anyways, keep it short and brief. Do not compare yourself to anybody online, especially with all the filters, all the plastic surgery, all the makeup. That, you know what I mean? The makeup, for crying out loud, is out of control. So, guy or girl, I don't care. Don't compare yourself to anybody. This is your life. You need to focus on being the best person that you can be. You need to get the body that you want. I mean, you can look at somebody and say, hey, I'd like to have a body like that. But you got to do it in your way that works for you. And by the way, everybody, you know what I mean. A 5'4" guy isn't gonna have the same body as a 6'4" guy. Do you know what I'm saying? And just things like that. So you gotta take, you might be an endomorph, and they might be a mesomorph, and you know what I mean. I mean, there's a zillion things you gotta look at. You know what I mean? It's not just like, oh, this is, what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? You gotta, use your gifts and your skills, and make the best out of you. And stop worrying about what everybody else looks like. Just be the best you can be. You know what I mean? So keep that's the focus. And by the way, and you want to be healthy for the rest, as many years as you're going to be on this planet. Because you don't want to hit 30, 35, 40, 45, whatever, 50. And then you've got this problem, that problem, and all this other stuff because you were, you had 200 subscribers when you were 25. Who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares. So anyways, I hope this video helped. Guys and girls both. I hope this video helped. Do me a huge favor. Hit, subscribe, hit that like, ring that bell, leave me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you've had any experiences like this, or you've tried some crazy stuff, or you've got your own thing that works. Leave it in the comments. Pass it forward. Let somebody else know what you got going on and what's happening. You know what I mean? So anyways, I hope you guys are doing great. Thank you again for watching. And I hope everybody's doing real well. And, don't believe the hype. You know what I mean? Don't believe the hype. You guys all be cool. And I'm out.